PackGeek. We're here at Dave and Adam's Card World with one of the coolest guys in the hobby, Reed. He is in charge of acquiring all of the collections and massive unopened purchases that Dave and Adams has to add to their inventory. Reed, how is the National going for you, man?
It's been going well. I can't believe how many people are actually here. It's just crowded. I think there's been a lot of good press lately about the hobby, and I think that's the reason why people are turning out in numbers for the show.
Well, so you guys have a little bit of everything here, but you have a ton of unopened products. So what's been a big seller as far as unopened goes?
Well, we specialize in unopened product. I think that's the overwhelming majority of our sales. And so a lot of the things we're selling here at the show are for the promotions with the different card companies. You know, you buy a box of cards of a certain company, take it to their booth, and they give you like extra packs or extra prizes for it.
One of the big parts of your job is acquiring these collections, and I've followed some of your exploits online and just seeing the pictures you post of these. It's fascinating to watch. So how long have you been buying these big collections?
Well, I've been doing cards my entire life.
Okay.
I would say for like the last 15 years between two different companies is when I really started traveling around the country, buying different collections, buying entire inventories and that kind of stuff.
So if I'm someone who gets to the point where I'm like, you know what, I need to liquidate my collection. I've been collecting for a long time. It went well, but I'm ready to move it. Like, how do I go about doing that?
Well, the first thing you need to do is kind of prepare some sort of inventory list. It doesn't have to be a full inventory list, but give the highlights about what you have. Because ultimately, in order to get me or somebody else into your house from a distance, they're going to want to know what's there ahead of time.
Exactly, yeah. So, what am I flying across the country to see?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So an inventory list,
pictures,
highlights,
inventory.
Pictures, anything that can help me understand better without actually being there. And if that is enough to entice me, if it's enough items that we're interested in, then I'm willing to come out there, take a look, and make an offer.
So what is the most wild collection you've ever purchased?
That's a tough one.
And I know there's been a lot.
I get asked it all the time. I mean, I guess it varies depending on, there are collections I've bought where it'd be ridiculously nice vintage, sets,
sure.
Like near mint to mint kind of sets. I bought collections where they filled, entire basements of houses where it takes, 2 or 3 trucks to get everything out of there. And then I've bought out dealer, inventories that essentially fill 2 trailers just full of unopened boxes and cases.
What is the scariest condition or home or situation you've got yourself into buying a collection? I would imagine there's been some shady looking areas.
Right, well I bought a collection in Westchester County in New York, right outside the city in New York. And the house was almost condemned and they had turned off the water. Nobody had lived there for a year. You could see the mold coming up the side of the wall, of the outside of the house.
Yeah.
And the inside of the house in the basement, I mean, it was just a disaster because they just shoved everything in there for 40 years. And the good thing about it is that even though it was moldy and kind of damp downstairs, all the products that have, all the open, didn't have gum.
Really?
So it was traded set cases, it was rack pack cases, factory set cases, and it's just coincidence, just lucky.
Okay, I was going to say, did they know that they could keep that stuff in some crazy non-climate controlled area?
The entire family had no idea what that stuff was. They were ready to just leave it in the house and demolish the house.
Oh my gosh.
And somebody spoke up in the family because the owner has dementia and Parkinson's. It's still alive, but couldn't make any decisions on it.
Right.
And so, they were lucky enough to contact me, figure out what's there, and then, they made several $100,000 off the deal.
Wow. So it was a legit collection.
Yes.
So what's up with Reed as a collector? Do you collect? I mean, obviously you're in neck deep doing that in your 9 to 5, but what sort of collection do you have if you do?
So because I see baseball cards every day, I don't really collect baseball cards.
Okay.
And the really premium stuff that comes through our offices and things that we buy, and they're going to end up to real collectors.
Sure.
I'm not going to poach the best stuff for myself.
Right.
So
I guess it could be a conflict of interest.
Exactly. So everyone knows I like Dale Murphy. It's my favorite player. So I
Dale
collect,
Murphy, really? Okay.
So I collect Dale Murphy items, mainly game used stuff. I like game used football jerseys, pro and college, and then just little things that strike my fancy. Stuff I think is really hard to get, and I think I have an understanding of what's hard to get just by how much stuff I see.
I would imagine so.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of everything. And I don't collect for the profit of it. It's just I find cool stuff. It's all right, I'll put that in my collection. but no cards, definitely.
So, like, you're at the National every year. Do you get a chance to explore around and see anything, or are you pretty much like nailed down at home base?
It's pretty tough. I would say this is the first time I've actually got to walk around.
Okay.
But it's only a few minutes at a time
Yeah.
because the business is here. People are constantly coming up to look and to sell their items. And so I don't get to enjoy the show as much as I used to.
Sure.
But I can enjoy it from the side of the booth as well. Yeah.
Well, Reed, thank you for your time
right.
today, man. It was a pleasure
Thank
to
you.
meet you.
Nice
And
meeting you.
I love the setup, and I look forward to the next big purchase you make.
All right, thanks.
Oh,
Adam.
hey, where can we find you online? Is there Dave and Adams?
It's David Adams Card World. It's dacardworld.com.
Okay.
And then a lot of the chronicling of my travels are on our Facebook page, which I think is just DA Card World.
Okay.
And so when I'm on the road, I kind of keep like a daily blog of things I see, what I bought, and what you can expect to see.
It is worth your time to check out. I mean, the pictures alone, you're just like, I would give just about anything to be able to buy collections like this.
Yeah.
So awesome, man.
All right.
I appreciate your time.
Thanks again.
Have a good one, Reed.
All right, thanks.